This hangout on air is live. Hey, Dirty Bird.
Hey, what's happening, man? What's happening?
I'm happy to see you again.
Hey,
It's been quite some time.
it has. It has. I'm making myself some green tea
Yeah.
because little bit of the sinus drainage from all the being in Alaska. Being in Alaska will do that to you.
Yeah, that must have been really hard being in Alaska.
Yeah, it was tough, man. It was tough having everybody do everything for you and getting to eat whenever you wanted to. It was tough, man.
Yeah, that sounds really hard. I'm glad that
it takes a lot of discipline to eat when you're full. I think more than it does to not eat, if that makes sense.
hold on. Somebody on Periscope just made fun of me for swallowing on my. Listen, you listen.
Wait, for what?
For swallowing. Hey, listen, Periscope. I'm not a They said it was very unprofessional, and they said, "Ugh," like that, like a UGGH.
Like, did you literally swallow the mic?
No, I didn't swallow the mic. I swallowed the Coke Zero.
Oh, so you're supposed to drink
like that.
You're supposed to drink.
You're supposed to turn your head away from the microphone and swallow.
Was that?
Well, I don't know. Hey, I'm not a professional.
Hey,
check this out. Here's some professionalism. You ready for this?
Hey, I would like to, if you're following us live, tell us what you think about the professionalism of swallowing on the mic. I mean, I don't know.
I don't want to talk about swallowing. I just don't want to.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Let's do it.
I don't want to talk about swallowing.
I don't either. That's good.
Taylor loves Rich. All right, listen, I got to turn the Periscope off. It's distracting me from the real podcast. So, Periscope, I love you guys. Twitter, follow me on Twitter, Brandon_MC. I'm sorry, Taylor. Brandon_MC. And if you'll do that, then you can find the link that I just sent out to watch the podcast live. Or, again, you can get us on iTunes and Stitch Bird and Brandon podcast. Subscribe, please. Review us. Give us 1,000 stars. I think it limits you to 5 stars. But, okay, just whatever the stars limit is, hit that. Give us that an amount of stars.
Sure.
That's how many we require. So, all right. Brandon_MC for the link. Periscope. All right. Periscope is out.
It sounds a little digitized, I'll be honest.
I'm addicted to Periscope. That's a fact.
Oh, the microphone.
You're stirring your green tea.
Oh.
Tapping the glass.
Oh.
Tapping that glass.
Tapping that glass. Hey, Bettina. Is Bettina live? My good friend Bettina. Bettina is watching. Bettina is my good friend from Mozambique, Africa.
Oh, my goodness.
She's the singer, man. She's the singer.
How did you meet a bunch of people from Africa? I know the answer to that question. Why don't you tell our young folks that are listening to the podcast?
Hotter than advertised is what just happened right there.
That tea didn't do you right.
Ooh, that's why you don't swallow with the microphone, because it's so hot. Okay, wait, before we get into that, let's do our sponsor.
Oh, I totally forgot.
Yeah.
Brand new sponsor. Go ahead, Bird.
The Bird and Brandon podcast is brought to you by Magic Cloth.
Magic Cloth. You ever had a spill that you needed to clean up? Have you ever gotten some mud on your leg?
Yes.
Have you ever felt the need to just brush the sweat off your forehead?
Well, yes.
Have you ever noticed that sometimes you get too much in bed and you need to lie something between yourself and the mattress to keep from getting stuff all over the mattress?
No, I haven't.
Well, Magic Cloth might just be the product for you.
It is. Listen, because dirt does hurt sometimes. That's why Magic Cloth is here.
Magic Cloth, official cloth of the Bird and Brandon podcast. I can speak to the efficacy of the Magic Cloth myself from personal experience. It's unlike any cloth you've ever used. It wipes up spills.
Yeah, it gets things so clean. Even priests use it for exorcisms.
It helps you pick up hot pots or pans.
When things are dirty, you don't need to be.
When you have a smell, you could maybe lessen the smell by wiping it off of you with the Magic Cloth.
Let bygones be bygones.
With Magic Cloth.
Boom.
Official cloth of the Bird and Brandon podcast.
Official cloth. Go pick one up at your local grocery, your local Piggly Wiggly, anything. You can pick it up anywhere. You can pick up
Magic Cloth on Twitter.
Yeah, Magic Cloth.
Hashtag Magic Cloth.
Hashtag Magic Cloth.
Just tag us on Twitter. Use the hashtag Magic Cloth. Tell us how you use Magic Cloth. Also, the Bird and Brandon podcast is brought to you by the brand new Sly phone.
Sly phone.
Not an iPhone.
Sly phone 6. I just picked mine up today in the stores.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite features that aren't? Yeah, it's not the iPhone.
Look, you're watching yourself in my Sly phone.
I can see it. Not sure how this is going to translate over the audio podcast.
Sly phone. It's
that belch had a smell to it. I could use a little Magic Cloth. I'm not gonna lie.
How's that for unprofessional?
Magic Cloth. Sly phone 5. You still use the Sly phone 5.
You still use the Sly phone 5? Well,
Sly phone 5C.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Also, we're brought to you by PlayStation. Sonal PlayStation.
PlayStation Faux.
Plastic Station. Plate Station.
PlayStation Faux.
The Plate Station. So we're in Alaska.
Man, I went to Alaska last week, and
the week before that,
we haven't
had a podcast in almost 2 months.
Yeah, week before that, I
thought you died.
Week before that, I was at camp. Week before that, I was at Impact for 2 weeks, and that's it, man.
What are we doing?
You're stuck. You're stuck on my screen.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Am I back?
You're back.
Oh, that's good.
You're back.
I still sound. You said I sounded digitized. I sound digitized still.
It sounds digitized.
Does it sound bad? Like define bad like that?
It's not too bad, I don't think.
Well, I'm gonna live with it. How are you? Are you gonna live with it?
I'm gonna live with it. I say let's live.
I don't care. It's not like we got a million people that listen to podcasts. If they don't like it, they're not candidates for podcast listenership. That's how. Why? What say you?
That's right. Well, we got 2 watching right now, so thanks to the 2 that are watching.
It won't be here long.
Yeah, probably not.
They're on the way out right now.
They're figuring out. I have made a mistake. I've messed up. What am I doing right now? I have made a terrible choice in my life.
Okay, so I got a couple of things I want to talk about.
Okay.
First and foremost, here's a few things I need to talk about.
Tell me.
No, I got some. I'm having some stuff so I need to talk about. Number one, first and foremost, I want to hear about this Alaska trip.
Okay.
I want to know the ins and outs of your journey to Alaska.
Okay.
Number two, I want to talk about that UFC card the other night. Did you see it?
Ooh, that was a very good card.
Yeah, the one with 100,000 finishes.
Yes.
I want to talk about that one.
Yeah, it was my favorite in a long time.
I think it was my favorite event of all time.
Of all time? Wow.
Yeah, I think it was. Number three.
Number three.
I had a very traumatic experience today, and I need counseling.
You need counseling?
Mm-hmm. And you have a degree in counseling, don't you?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
Okay.
You're nice to me, so that's counselor.
Yes, I do have a counseling degree.
Yes. Those are my 3 bugaboos.
Bugaboo. Okay, bugaboo 1. Alaska.
Alaska.
Teach me. The Alaska
Teach me your
cruise. Let's just say Alaska started out pretty rough and it finished strong. It was kind of like a Tough Mudder, if you will.
I will.
You will. You should.
Yeah.
Anybody should.
I figured all of us would, to tell you the truth.
So I was flying down separate from the 13 other family members. My wife and young daughter included. They're all up in Vancouver. And
so you flew. They all went without you.
They all flew up on Sunday afternoon. I had to stay because we have a big camp night celebration at church, and so we were celebrating just the past week of camp. We had the video, and so anyways, my flight's at 6 a.m. in Nashville, flying to Chicago. So I decide I'm not going to sleep Sunday night. I'm not going to sleep because I'll never get up. I'm leaving at 3 a.m. from Bowling Green to Nashville. There's no way I'm going to wake up because I don't go to sleep till 12 or 1 anyways. So I'm not sleeping for 2 hours.
Yeah, that's worse than not sleeping.
Exactly. So I stayed up the full night. This lady who was flying to Haiti to
the lady to Haiti,
the Haiti lady, and I drove together. She got on her flight. Well, I pull up to United Airlines. I'll go ahead and put it out there. Okay.
Say it.
United.
You gonna throw them under the Airbus?
I'm gonna throw them under the Airbus. I'm gonna throw them under the old Airbus. So United, I get there, and Chicago is under a severe thunderstorm. There's lightning, high winds, power outages everywhere. Dude, the whole airport is shut down. So I find out that my flight is delayed, which will make me miss the connecting flight to Vancouver. So they're scrambling, trying to figure out something. Well, there happened to be a flight to Denver and then Denver to Vancouver. So I had some options. Do you want to wait this one out for Chicago? And I said, no, get me away from the thunderstorm. Send me to Denver, the Sunshine State. That's where I'm going to go. So I fly to Denver. Oh yeah, and by the way, P.S. Like the Denver flight gets to Vancouver at like 3:00 in the p.m. And so I was supposed to get in Vancouver by 11 a.m. to get onto the boat with plenty of time, right? So I don't know exactly when the boat's leaving, but I know it can't be much later than 3 p.m. Who wants to leave on a cruise ship later than 3 p.m.?
No one.
Point exactly. Point exactly. So I'm calling. Luckily, Anna's uncle Ronnie. You know Ronnie, Solly.
Yep, Shy Ronnie.
Yep, and he has an international plan on his phone. So I called him. I don't know what time it is in Vancouver. I think it was about 5:00, but he answered the phone, and I said, "Hey, Ronnie, I don't know if I'm going to make it on the boat." And he's like, "Oh, great." And I was like, "I know for sure I'm not getting my luggage, but I may not be on the boat. Here's my backup plan." I said, if I miss the boat, I'm renting a seaplane and they're going to fly me to Skagway, Alaska, where the first port is. And they're going to drop me.
Say the name of that town again.
Skagway. That's correct. Right. If that option's not available, I'm going to find an old fisherman who will take me to Skagway. If that doesn't work, I'm going to hijack a harpoon vessel.
That seems reasonable.
Fourth and desperation move, I'm riding a narwhal.
Yep. I tell you something pretty obvious you didn't think about. Constructing a boat from whale skins.
Ooh. Yeah, whalebone and whale skin would have worked. I could have just really climbed into a dead carcass of a whale. Those tend to float.
Or into a live whale for up to 3 days. Or so legend says.
I believe that was a big fish, though.
Hey, listen, let's not bicker and argue about who killed who.
Okay, so I
get huge tracts of land.
Tracts of land. I want to dance. So all right. So I get to Denver. And Ronnie calls me and he's like, "Dude, I called the travel agent. We think you're gonna. It's like a 62% you're getting on the boat." I didn't really like that percentage.
That's not a super high percentage.
No, not at all.
No, not.
And so, listen, I'm on this cruise because somebody else paid. I didn't for sure pay for it. I'm never paying for a cruise to Alaska. Like, I enjoyed it, but I'm never paying. If I'm paying to go down to the sunny place. Not that there's no sun in Alaska, but
well, there's questions about that. I got questions about that.
So
my thumb is asleep right now. I just want you to know.
Waking him up. This is a good story.
He's so bored. My thumb's so bored it fell asleep.
Dadgum thumb fell asleep on my Alaska story. I'm pretty angry. I'm pretty angry at this. I will take thumb revenge.
Thumb
vengeance. So, all right. So I get into Vancouver from Denver at 3:00 p.m.
Post meridian.
Yes.
That's what it stands for.
Yes. Post Meredith. And so I find out that the boat is leaving at 4:00. Well, it takes 30 minutes to get there. So I'm told. So I have to go talk to
the Germans would have us to believe.
Yes. Those filthy Germans, they have connived us and tricked us. And so I get up to United.
You land at 3, and you got to be on the boat at 4.
Well, they're leaving at 4.
Not good.
Not good. So I'm still thinking I think my chances have gone down to 41%.
You're starting to heavily investigate that harpoon hijacking situation.
Exactly. I'm in my mind. I'm looking around Vancouver for harpoon ships.
You're looking about the city.
Yes. So I get up to United baggage claim. They say, "Hey, your luggage is somehow in Seattle right now." I don't
naturally being rained upon.
Yeah, I don't
just getting rained all over.
Right. Like it just wanted to go to the Space Needle or something.
Or it's just wearing flannel.
Or it's just wearing
your luggage is dressed in flannel and you can't understand its lyrics.
It's wearing a flannel shirt with some like non-prescription hipster glasses, and it's driving a Leaf somewhere.
For sure, it's drinking coffee.
Yeah, it's drinking coffee, driving a Leaf.
Yep.
And
high as can be. Just blazed. Your luggage just blazed out of its mind. And
so
starving for Cheetos.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Maybe Funyuns. I don't know. I don't know if we'll have time.
A whole lot of water. And so
a lot of water, man.
So the guy at the counter says, "Well, your luggage isn't going to be there until Friday."
Perfect. That's when you're actually hoping for it.
I was like, "Well, I have nothing to wear except what I have on. That's fine. Just get me on the boat." So I go to Disney. They're a bunch of little Asians and Indians, and they all yell.
This is a Disney cruise.
Yeah, it's a Disney cruise.
I've been on a Disney cruise. That's a high quality cruise. I like Disney cruise.
Dude, they're
that
legit.
Changes the story dramatically.
Yeah, they're legit. So
Carnival sucks.
Carnival people don't even bring luggage.
You're not even allowed to have luggage on the boat.
Yeah, you wear what you wear to the boat. You wear that for the rest of the week. Yep. And so Disney gets me on a taxi. This taxi driver and I talk everything Canadian. We're talking politics, religion, education. He's blasting the Canadian government. I'm blasting the U.S. government. It's hilarious. It's so funny. It's such a fun conversation. I wish it was recorded, but he was Indian too. So he was like, these stupid government officials, they trying to kick us out of this country. Anyways, that wasn't like racist. That was exactly how he talked. So we had a great, a little bit.
It's such a good time to admit racism right now. These are the days.
These are the days. Glad we only have. Hold on. Glad we only have one watching.
That's okay. 3 people will listen to it later on iTunes or Stitcher, Bird and Brandon Podcast. Download it, review it.
Download it. So I get to the boat at 3:31.
As soon as you said that, one viewer left. We're just talking. They're back. They're back. Okay,
They're back.
Get to the boat. It's
all right, so
9:30. You're supposed to be there by 4. It's now 9:30. I just made that part up.
What? Okay.
Never mind. Don't worry about me.
So I'm on the boat.
I'm drinking Santana Champ because it's so crisp.
It's awesome. It's awesome. It's such a cool thing that, like, Vancouver is a really cool city, actually.
I've heard Vancouver's awesome.
The city itself looks like the city in Inception that they go to, where the bad guy is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the one that he built with his mind or whatever.
Yes. It looks like that place. It's really cool. And there's a lot of shrubbery in Vancouver. I'm not joking.
The largest tree in the forest with a hair.
No, there's shrubbery. There's 20-foot shrubbery. Like, people's fences are shrubs.
Hmm.
I'm not lying. I'm not making this stuff up.
I feel like you're making it up, but go ahead.
I would never joke about shrubbery.
That's commendable.
Come by it honest. So
it's a long. Your family has a long history of not joking about shrubbery.
That's right. So it's a faithful tradition.
I don't joke around about shrubbery like my father before me and his father before him.
And his father before him. Listen, before we put the apostrophe in our name, we were still not joking about shrubbery. So all right,
long line of serious shrubbers.
As I go to breakfast on Tuesday morning in the same clothes that I got on the boat with, I'm told that United Airlines has allowed me $200 a day to spend on things that I need because of my luggage situation.
No. Now, hold on a second. When you say that you were allowed $200 per day, just dive a little deeper into that, because that might upset me.
Well, the travel agent that we were using called and said, "Hey, listen, you guys didn't put his luggage," because the problem was they didn't put my luggage on the flight to Denver. They kept it on the flight that was going to Chicago and didn't tell me about it. So
that seems like an error on their part.
It was. And an old lady and an old lady actually tried to pass it off as my fault because this younger girl was actually switching me over to the planes. And so the older lady, before I left to Denver, I said, "Did y'all switch my bags over?" And the old lady said, "Oh, you didn't tell me that you had a bag." And I said, "Well, that's not really my area of, that's not where I'm supposed to
I don't know the procedure here. Don't work for the airline."
Exactly. Like I was like, I
thought when I got switched to go to a city that my things would come with me. That seems reasonable.
I said the girl was in front of the computer. She should have seen that by switching me, I had checked a bag that I paid for. I paid you guys $25 to send my bag.
P.S.
Ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
No doubt. And
hey,
so
here's
then
$25. Could you send my bag to a completely different state?
To Seattle. Please just send it to Seattle. I hear it wants to wear flannel, drink coffee, and drive a Leaf. That's what.
Drive a Leaf. Also,
you know what a Leaf
my dad's
is?
a big Sean Kemp fan.
Yes, very big Sean Kemp.
Loves Ken Griffey Jr.
So, all right.
You should see my luggage in a Mariners jersey.
It loves the America's pastime. It loves America's game.
A good game of baseball. Oil up the old glove.
Oh, that time it did the Marshawn Lynch into the end zone.
On occasion, I like to take my luggage outside and play a game of pitch and catch with it.
Exactly. It's so fun.
I wear my Mariners jersey. My bag wears a tiny little Mariners jersey because it's not as large as I am, because it's a bag.
That's right.
Also, his is sleeveless because bag.
Because they don't have arms. So yeah. So every day that my luggage isn't with me, I'm allotted $200. So the first thing that I do on Tuesday when the Disney store opens up at 10 a.m., I go into the Disney store and I look at, and they've got 4 Nike golf shirts. They're really, really nice. In fact, I'm wearing one of them right now. Look at that.
So your first order of business was to spend half of your allotted money on a golf shirt.
Yes, I immediately,
of course,
find the most expensive, which happened to be a Tiger Woods. It's got a TW on the back of the collar. The Tiger Woods Nike golf shirt, that was $100.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, $100 for that shirt. I purchased it. I purchased me a rain jacket.
Yeah.
Me a t-shirt.
Fresh out of underwear at this point.
Those, yeah. Don't worry about the underwear.
Toothbrush don't need.
Those 3 items. What's the total cost of those 3 items?
$175.
Higher.
$286.
No, it was under $200, but it was $192.
So you got $8 left. You got $8 left.
I purchased some clear eyes
for your eyeballs.
For my eyeballs. I purchased some shaving cream
for your pranks.
Yes, and that was it.
So you spent $200 straight out the gate.
That's right. 10 a.m. in the morning, dude. Old ladies weren't even at the mall that early, and I'd already spent $200 of somebody else's money, of a large corporation's money, mind you.
That probably felt pretty good.
It felt great. So
and did you? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I won't interrupt.
No, it's fine. It's fine. So, you know, my wife and Ronnie, they before they got to the boat, they went to Costco and got me. They actually got me some underwear from Costco.
Well, that was
It was like 30. It was like 36 packs because you can't buy anything. You have to buy them in bulk. So they got me a pullover for like $9 that I wore every single day.
No, it's a cardigan, but thanks for noticing.
Thanks. A shirt, some shorts, khaki shorts, and then underwear. So I had like some necessities already. So let's just say I didn't necessarily need the $100 Nike golf shirt.
No, you probably didn't.
But I went ahead. So the next day rolls around, and Ronnie's like, "Hey, you got $200 more to spend." So
you got to do this every day.
Every day. But not only did United give me $200 for 3 days, but our travel insurance covered $300 more. So I got a total of $900 to spend at my leisure on clothes.
That's never happened to me. I feel like I deserve something like that to happen to me. I had a tough day. I could use $200.
Well, listen, if I would have known you had a tough day, I would have bought you a $100 Tiger Woods Nike golf shirt.
I don't want that. You know what I want?
It feels so good on your skin, though.
Does it feel better than a $15 shirt?
I'll be honest. I walked around like it did.
Feel fancy.
Yeah, I felt fancy. Plus,
kind of like shopping for your groceries at Publix. You just feel like somebody.
Yes.
It makes me feel different when I shop at Earth Fare or Publix.
Yeah, or when you drive in the HOV lane, you feel fancier.
You feel like somebody.
Yes. Or when you deceivingly go into the handicap stall or the family bathroom at Target, you just feel fancier.
That is one of my best moves, is the family bathroom.
Yes.
There ain't nary a drop of pee on that lid.
Mm-mm.
There ain't none.
And sometimes you can
Ain't none.
put your feet up on the changing table and do that, but I wouldn't know
Sip
anything.
a cold one.
Just
kick.
Just kick back.
I like to go to Target. Just go into the family restroom, kick my feet up on the changing table, and just have a cold one.
Just have I just have like a. I like to drink. I like to drink Mountain Dew and just eat popcorn and watching Netflix.
Watch something on my Sly Phone 6 Netflix.
On the Sly Phone 6. And then if I do get a little something on the seat, I use my magic cloth to wipe it up.
Magic cloth, official cloth of Bird and Brandon podcast.
Boom.
So $900. So what did you spend? Did this money just go away if you didn't spend it?
Yeah.
Or did you get it in cash?
No. I had to purchase it on our credit card, and then I have to send in the receipts and get that money back. So
that's a little different.
Yeah. I mean, they're not gonna just. They're not gonna.
Yeah, you didn't like to do it on a bank card.
Yeah, they're not gonna just send cash out, and it was.
I didn't know if it was like a voucher or something.
No. They just.
They think you some United bucks.
Yeah. No United bucks. I wouldn't have liked that too much. But
so what else did you buy? What else did you buy with your $900?
Oh, I got
$700 left to spend.
I got 2 more Nike golf shirts that were $75 a piece. I got a couple more T-shirts. I got
pictures on them?
I got a beanie for my head.
A beanie.
A beanie because my head gets cold.
That big that you're being in Alaska, that'll lend it a cold head.
I bought Lila, who's my 15-month-old daughter. I bought her Sleeping Beauty princess dress.
Money well spent.
Money well spent.
Did she love it? Did she love it?
Yeah, she chewed on it a little bit, so I think that's her sign of love.
Yes. So yes.
I bought Anna a few things. I bought some moose socks.
Moose socks.
I bought.
They were made of moose, or they had pictures of moose on them.
I think both. I think it might have been moose fur. I bought this. You know those things that you put over your eyes to sleep, like to make it completely dark.
Cucumbers.
Yes. A couple of those were in the store, and they made me laugh. So I bought it.
Bought a few of those. He's like, I got 3. I got 3 sets of eyes.
Give me some eye patches that make me giggle. So those made me laugh. So I bought those. I bought several other things like picture frames. I don't know how I'm gonna write those off as necessities, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's probably not gonna make the list.
I'm trying to think what else. Oh, I went to a mountain shop in Juneau, and this mountain store. It's kind of like if you went into like REI or something like that. Here,
I don't know what that means. What is REI?
It's like a mountain store.
I thought that was an R&B singer.
That's REM.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fell flat on that.
Well, yeah. Ooh. Here's a little song about the mountain store in Juneau.
All right. That's all I got.
That's all?
That's pretty good, though. Yeah, that was the whole thing. That's pretty good, though. I'm not going to lie. That felt good.
It felt glorious. So I bought.
It felt like it was really going somewhere.
You may think that the Tiger Woods shirt was the most expensive article of clothing that I bought, but it wasn't.
I thought it was going to be, but I'd like to hear what
I went to the mountain store and got a Patagonia like fleece pullover. That was $115.
Yep.
And these shorts that I'm wearing right now for $77.
Stand up and model them. The shorts were what?
$77
for a pair of shorts.
Yes.
They're not even full pants. It looks like you're wearing tights. Are you wearing tights?
No, they're not even tight.
No, I mean, like I just can't tell because of the. What? That is an interesting view. Marmot. What is Marmot?
Marmot. It's a mountain.
Looks like you just crapped a blue Yeti microphone.
Blue Yeti.
Because of the camera angle.
Well, yeah, they're mountain shorts.
You bought some Marmaduke mountain shorts.
Marmaduke and Patagonia. That receipt was $205 for two.
So you're out of 5 spot over this interaction.
No, because I got the $300 insurance. Total I spent was $895.
You did it right. You got every drop out of them. and what day did your luggage actually show up?
Friday in Juneau. But I was still buying stuff on Friday and Saturday. Well done.
Just in case.
So not only did I get a free cruise, a free Disney cruise, mind you, which I think
we're looking at
is one of the better cruises.
Yeah, I think so.
I got a free Disney cruise. I also got a whole new wardrobe. So there you have it.
Well, there you go, and a 36-pack of Costco underwear to top it off.
Yes.
Boxers or briefs? Tell the truth.
Boxer briefs.
Ooh. How about you make a decision, Dr. Lukewarm?
How
about this?
Spew me out of your mouth. I don't care.
I made the move over to tiny little underwear.
Oh, you got the bikini briefs?
Yep. I'm as small as I can get them. I like them.
Can't handle it. Can't handle the bikini briefs.
Feels good. Secure.
I'd rather go safe. None. Rather have.
I don't mind that either.
I'm out there, Jared. I'm loving every minute of it. Loving every minute of it. Hey, I did buy these underwear called Me Undies. Have you ever heard of it? It's a company.
I have. They're a sponsor of like Rogan's podcast and The Fighter and the Kid. They do.
Yeah, they're a cool little company. They're a little weird, but they feel so just darn good, man. It's like yes, like
what is it? Like
the material is, I'm convinced, made from unicorn skin.
Unicorn skin.
Mm-hmm.
As I don't know if that could be scientifically accurate.
You're right, but they felt great. Is really what I'm trying to get at. It feels like, all right. Just picture how like chocolate bars are made.
All right, I'm pretty familiar with the process.
Warm Hershey's chocolate being stirred up, all like warm, and the butter and the chocolate and the milk has just homogenized. That at that point, at that nanosecond of homogenization, that's what I think those underwear feel like.
Me undies.
Me undies.
I've actually thought about buying that. They're like $130 for a pair of underwear.
No, they're only like $30.
That seems excessive.
It's not.
But considering they go through an entire milk chocolate making process.
Yes, did you just not hear the experience?
Like grandma's homemade chocolate.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
No. It was a euphemism.
Oh.
It's real homemade chocolate.
Real homemade chocolate from grandma. See, my grandma never made chocolate, so I don't know. I know the reference.
Mine either. I've never actually known anybody that made chocolate. What about fudge? I've heard of this. I've heard of homemade fudge.
Yeah.
Homemade ice cream.
I have taken fudge and put it in a box and shipped it to somebody before.
Lord help the working man.
Mm-hmm.
You slaved over that fudge.
I did. I packed it.
Packed it in there tight. Shit in the shipping container.
Whoa.
Obviously.
Whoa, sir.
No shit. Two P's. Shipping.
Shipping?
Shipping container. Ship.
So in all that story, that's not even the craziest thing that happened to me. Let me quickly tell you what happened to me and Sam Barker in Juneau, which is the capital of Alaska. If anybody didn't know that, most people think it's Anchorage.
You didn't know. Sorry.
Juneau, I got a knife. Juneau, I got a gun. So, all right. So we get off the boat in Juneau and we go whale watching. We go out. Captain Larry, who
already it's good.
Yes, who looks a lot like
he's an Eskimo and his name is Larry.
No. He looks like the old fisherman in The Simpsons. Who is that? What's his name? Captain Flunk. So immediately I get on the boat and I turn to Frank the Tank and I said, Frank, we're gonna see some whales. I trust this guy.
I need you to know something about Frank the Tank. I've changed his name to Dirty Frank Barker.
Dirty Frank Barker.
Yep.
You can't do that. He's Frank the Tank.
I like Frank the Tank too. I think he can have two. I like Dirty Frank.
Okay.
Dirty Frank Barker. Go ahead.
So, all right, we go whale watching. We see, like, it's unbelievable. Like, Captain Larry puts us on the whales. He says it's like the rarest day because we see like 15 humpback whales feeding and coming up to the surface, and then like a big pot of orcas swim by. They're like, we never see orcas, and especially never see orcas and humpbacks at the same time because they're enemies. So, like, seriously,
that's crazy.
Like we have
tell you about the time I went whale watching with my wife. This was in Oregon on the coast.
Okay.
Beautiful, planned it all out. We were so excited. This was this year. Dude, we're going to Oregon. We're going to look at some whales, do some jujitsu, and we're going to see some whales. Mm-hmm. We blocked off this day, and all we were going to do was just go whale watching. We get out there. It took a couple of 2.5 hour drive out to the coast from where we were. And it's beautiful, dude. It's gorgeous. It's like, oh my gosh, these whales. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I love zoos and animals. I love it. I'm so fired up about the whales. We've been thinking about this for weeks. I've been thinking about these whales. All right, where's the whale watching? It's a little city. This city is dedicated to whale watching tours. This is a little coast city. They love whale watching. This is where you go.
That's why they're surviving.
Thriving even, this little city. Hey, where can we sign up for a whale watching tour? Yeah, we're not doing that.
What?
Yeah, they're not. You don't have like we missed it. When's the next one? No. It doesn't look too nice out there, so we're just not going out today. Not going. No, when you say you're not, you mean like if we'll wait just a second, you'll go. Nope. Well, here's some money. Could you maybe take us out for whales? Nope. Because of the storm that isn't present right now. Mm-hmm. So there's a storm. Yeah, there might be for the whales. So I'm glad your whale watching experience went well.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. It
Orcas and whales together. That's nice.
it was one of the rarest. But
So
good
$200 a day you had to look at whales.
Uh-huh. And it was
saw some orcas and some whales hanging out in $100 shirt, did you? That
yes.
you didn't pay for.
Even like, all right, so we got Anna a spa package for her birthday. So she went and got like a facial and a massage on the boat.
Yeah,
and this lady who was beside her getting a massage or getting a facial as well. She was talking about how her whale watching experience sucked. Like she didn't see but one orca whale come up and surface, and then they never saw it again. And so Anna felt she felt bad. She was like, yeah, we saw 15 humpbacks for an hour come to the surface.
11 orcas. We actually saw one give birth.
One whale jumped up actually on our boat and started making us lattes.
It was kind of weird, but I wasn't sure how I'd feel about it. But we actually saw the first whale orca marriage.
Yes. That was just approved by the Supreme Court as whale. Get it? As whale.
Oh, okay.
As whale. So, so day is perfect. I mean, it was raining, so it wasn't all, it wasn't all glitz and glamour.
Yeah, well, it almost rained the day that we couldn't go out.
Yeah, it was pouring rain. But Captain Larry said, no, we're going to find some whales.
Bless his whale hunting heart.
Bless his little whale bone of a heart.
Whale bone. Bless his blubbery little heart.
Bless it, man. Bless those humongous gills of his.
I don't think they got gills.
They don't have gills?
I don't know what about the whales.
What about Vince Gills?
He lives in Nashville.
He does. He graduated from Belmont, I think.
Hey, when you say a B word, do you like to just totally relax your lips?
Butternuts. What?
Say bliss.
Bless.
Yeah, relax your lips more and say bliss. Bliss.
Hey, we got Tan Man.
Tan
Man is commenting a lot.
Oh, what in the world? I don't know how to. I think I've messed up my thing. I can't get out of here.
Tan Man.
Commenting where?
Commenting on the YouTubes.
Oh, me.
So, all right.
A little aggressive.
So let me get you to the best part, man. Let me get
Come
you to
on,
the best
man.
part.
Get me there.
So me and Sam get done with whale watching. So we're going to take a stroll through Juneau. So we're walking down the sidewalk when all of a sudden this little Alaskan like pops out. We're like walking past a bar, I think. And this is what the Alaskan does. Hold on a second. And he jumps out and gives me the peace sign, but he's staring at me. And so I like smile at him and give him the head nod. We're just chatting away.
The nod of acknowledgement.
As we walk by, he steps up into my face and does this. He
wanted a piece.
Yeah, he wanted a piece, dude. And so he goes like that. And I immediately start laughing. Like I thought he was joking. Like I thought he was like having fun with the tourists, And so I went, woo! And so when me and Sam keep walking, all of a sudden I turn around as he throws a beer can and hits me in the foot, and beer goes everywhere. So I turn around and stop.
I have a story just like this that happened while you were in Alaska.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm telling mine next.
So, all right. So this little Alaskan dude who I was like, dude, what's your problem, man? I was like, listen, I have no problem choking out an Alaskan right now.
None whatsoever.
And so, like, me and Sam were standing there, and so we turned around and I put up my hands. I was like, all right, let's do it. And he walked off. But dude, never in my wildest dreams would I think an Alaskan would throw a beer can, and I mean, beer went all over my shoe. It soaked it. Like,
thank God you didn't pay for those shoes.
Yeah. They were free as well.
Hey, you better be glad I had $200 a day allowance. Alaskan boy.
If I would have paid for these shoes, it'd have been on. But anyways,
So
we saw him a little bit
no,
later. Yeah, we saw him a little bit later walking down the street again. And I mean, he made eye contact with me real quick, but then quickly put his head down and walked off. But
was he a tiny little fella?
I mean, he was about the same height as me, but I had him on poundage by probably a good 20. I would have choked him.
20 in a street fight's big.
I would have choked him so hard. It would have been great. And I figured I would have had the support of the locals. I mean, they don't want anybody messing with their income. I mean, that's the highest grossing income that they have for Juneau or any ports in Alaska is the tourism. So I'm fairly confident that the cops would have not arrested me.
Well, that's a mistake on your part, but I hear you. It's okay. So check this out. I think this was last Thursday. I can't remember which day it was, to be honest with you. I think it was last Thursday, though. Okay, so I go to jiu-jitsu practice. Now, one of my new favorite things to do in jiu-jitsu is to wear spats to train in.
Yes, I know this.
And the tighter the better. And
explain what spats are, those, because
spats are they're just tights. Like you know how girls wear like tights, that's popular now, like yoga pants. Well, think like that, but they're tighter and they're very slippery, so that people can't grab my legs so easily. But I like to wear like the most flamboyant ones that I can find.
Yeah, yours are pink.
Yep, I got I got one pair that's black with a little like fruity cartoon tiger on the leg.
Of course.
On the back has little tiger paws on the butt cheeks. Like that.
And they're great.
They're made for girls. And so I'm not a huge fella, but I'm not tiny. But rest assured, I order a small, and it takes me 5 minutes to put them on because they're so small. And I cinch them bad boys up, and I wear a cup, and I got nothing but spats and a cup on. It's great. And paw prints on my butt cheeks.
It's delicious. Sounds delicious.
All right. So I got another pair that's one leg, equally tight, mind you. One leg, though, is camouflage, and the other leg is like neon orange with like fruity little cartoon stuff on it.
Uh-huh.
Again.
Where do you get these?
On the intrawebulator.
Okay. Like,
bear in mind, all these are girl clothes. Just look up fruity clothes. That's where
they're among the top.
So here's what I'm wearing. Okay.
Jorts pop up, then spats on fruity clothes. Google
coming in a close second.
Yes.
Yeah, you can just look up jiu-jitsu spats.
Okay.
On the Google, and you'll be able to find just about anything that I'm talking to you about, and you'll see right away. Oh, he wears those, and then you'll feel uncomfortable for just a second. Like, oh, he wears those. Yes. And another reason I wear them because it's hard to grab my legs. You can't leg lock me as easily. I can get out a little quicker. But also, look, I just like to make folks feel a little bit uncomfortable. Just to tell you the truth.
We've been doing it for a while. We're good at it.
I feel
we're good at it.
And it's a way to, like, in competition especially, it just takes the pressure off the situation. Like, hey, I'm wearing tights and a pink t-shirt. Let's do this, man. It just makes all right. I'm not taking myself too seriously here, and it takes the pressure off a little bit, to tell you the truth. So,
and also,
I'm gonna
some psychosis on the opponent as well. I think
it actually does, yes. And so, look, I'm gonna train in what I compete in. So if that's what I'm going to compete in, then that's what I'm going to train in. So okay,
exactly.
I say all that to say I'm wearing some fruity spats. Fruity. On Thursday. I'm wearing a very, very pink shirt. Very aggressive pink. It says 10th Planet to Decatur.
It's not just regular pink, it's aggressive.
Well, it's not like cool, dude's wearing pastel pink. That's kind of like you got to be a man to wear pink. It's like hot pink.
It's like stage 4 pink.
Yeah, it's like, wow, that's a girl shirt pink. Right?
Yes.
And I got my ankle wrapped up, and I got a cup on, and I'm doing my thing, right? And it's a tiny little shirt too. P.S. It ain't no big shirt.
Why?
Ain't no room for movement.
Shorts so short?
But why? For the love of God,
you're wearing
those shorts so short.
You're wearing a half shirt.
The only way that my outfit could look any fruitier for training is if I wore cut off blue jean shorts and a blouse.
Blouses.
Just a blouse. All right. So I get done with practice. I don't change because my house is just right here by the gym. It's like it's a real quick drive.
Yeah.
So I jump in the car, still wearing my tights and my t-shirt.
Of course.
And I'm like, hey, guess what I need? A Coca-Cola Zero after practice. Because I like Coke.
And let's not forget you're in Decatur, Alabama.
Sure am.
Which by the way, I saw an article posted by John Owen, our good friend from Montgomery.
I know John.
It showed the top 10 most redneck cities in Alabama.
Yeah.
And they all surround Decatur.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Moulton was on there.
Yep.
Arab was on there.
Uh-huh.
Russellville was on there.
Yep.
Coleman was on there.
Ooh, that's a bad one. That's a tough one there.
And who else was some other one? Florence. Florence was Florence was on that list.
That's a little surprising.
Yeah, it is. But it was on there.
No mention of Jasper somehow.
Jasper, I don't think
Jasper surely. That's a mistake on their part.
Yeah.
Okay, so Coke Zero. Wearing tights at practice. Stage is set. I get out of my car. I leave the car running to go in and grab my Coke Zero, wearing the tights. In the parking lot, on the way from my car into the Cowboys convenience store, I see a gentleman traipsing across the parking lot. He's drinking a beer. And he looks at me and he starts what we in the South would call hollering. He's hollering at me. He's like, hey. So, well, hello. I'm just like, hey. So I'm just kind of like I naturally assume that people have the best of intentions. Yeah, I naturally assume that people have the best of intentions. So I'm like, hey.
Hey.
And he proceeds to unleash and just a litany of very aggressive slurs towards me. It's homophobic slurs.
Okay.
Dirty words.
So
bad words.
He
assumed
that
based on
you
my attire
have a questionable liberal lifestyle.
I don't think he had any questions about it. He went ahead and jumped to that conclusion.
Okay.
Like, this guy likes dudes.
Yes.
That's what he said to himself.
Okay.
Reasonable conclusion based on the outfit.
I mean, listen, I'm not going to fault the guy.
Don't see a lot of people walking into the Cowboys convenience store in tights and a hot pink shirt. I'll give him that. I'll let him have that one.
You got to.
However, as he got closer, I realized, this is going to turn into an altercation.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Now, luckily for myself, I'm a very highly trained self-defense professional.
Sure.
I do this for a living. So
multiple hours every single day.
My heart rate barely rises because I'm like, this poor fella. This is I'm 100% certain I'm going to be able to diffuse the situation without getting into a fight, right? Well, he gets a little closer, and so my hands go up. I'm like, this is what you do. You get your hands up like this. Listen, man, I am not looking for any kind of trouble. Just let me go in here. I'm just going to go buy this Coke. Or if you don't want me to buy the Coke, I'll get back in my car and leave if that's what you'd like for me to do. And so he's standing probably 10 to 12 feet away from me at this point. So I'm already in like a defensive position, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he rears back and chunks that beer bottle at my head. And I just barely ducked out of the way. Bam! And the beer bottle hit my hands and beer went all over me. And then he took off running across the parking lot. And for a split second, I was like, I'm going to kill.
Yeah.
I am not chasing that guy because I might roll my ankle.
Well.
And so that was the end of that encounter.
If anything had a high percentage of happening,
it was me
rolling your ankle was the highest.
Yep.
So, dude.
So I went in and I bought a Coke Zero to share with Steve, and I came back. Came home, took myself a nice bubble bath, and reflected on my encounter.
Wait a second. I may be questioning. I
could have had a. Is it because I had a Coke with Steve?
Yeah. Well, you had a Coke Zero with Steve. You had a Coke. I wouldn't have questioned so much. Pink tights, a tight pink fruity shirt, Coke Zero with Steve, and a bubble bath. Listen, I may throw something at you and run across the street.
You better. If he'd have taken a step towards me instead of away from me, I might be in jail.
No, you wouldn't have been in jail.
But I might still be in jail over what I'd have done to him if he'd have gotten up in there and tried to hurt me.
No, you would have broken something and choked him out, and he'd have just been laying there. Security cameras would have seen it, so you'd have been all right.
Yeah, that's a good point. Security cam. And then I would have had more security cam footage for viral purposes.
Oh man.
Listen, guess what? That security cam footage of me beating up the wrestler that came into the gym. If you haven't seen that, just go on YouTube and Google jiu-jitsu instructor versus wrestler and look for the security camera footage. It's got like 700,000 views or something like that. Anyway, that's me in the video. That video from the ads that YouTube puts on it, I got a check from them the other day for $134. This was yesterday. I got a check from them.
Are you serious?
Or it's not a check, but it's like directly deposited into my account. And I'm up to almost $900 that I've made off of that video.
$900.
I feel like I need to take that kid out for a nice seafood dinner and then never call him again.
And then just Dorothy Mantooth it up for one night.
Yes, like Dorothy Mantooth is a saint.
Let's leave the mothers out of it. So
we both got beer thrown at us. Beer receptacles.
Man, that is.
I wonder if it happened on the same day.
Mine was Friday.
I think mine was Thursday. It had to have been Thursday because it was after training. I don't train on Fridays usually. Training this Friday, though. You know how I know? Because I leave for Portland, Oregon Friday morning to participate in the Northwest No-Gi Summit in Portland, Oregon with all kinds of jiu-jitsu gangsters. Nathan Orchard and Phil Schwartz and Gio Martinez and Boogeyman Martinez and Jason Flynn, Adlai Cleveland. It's a veritable lineup of actual and not actual killers. I can't wait. It's already sold out. You can't go.
So you're competing?
Nope, teaching.
You're teaching?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one
there's a special secret guest instructor too?
Is that the one that had your picture and it said the famous for the wet willy?
No, that was the training camp that I taught at in Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
In Altus, Oklahoma.
I was on Periscope earlier, and I was telling my youth group about the wet willy, and some of the parents. I was telling some of the parents as well. The parents laughed a lot. They appreciated your wet willy.
Well, thanks. I tend to have that way with parents. I don't.
Yeah. Oh, and so just now that I'm thinking about it, some crazy stuff happened to me in Alaska.
Make some more. If you didn't, just keep making stuff up.
Yeah, no doubt. On Saturday, we went to Ketchikan, which was our last port before we headed back to Vancouver. So the guys, there's 6 of us. We're gonna go do the adventure carts excursion.
What does that mean?
Adventure carts are really large go-karts that have roll bars, and they're just big, like off-road go-karts. Okay, and so basically we all get in a line, we follow the guide up with our adventure carts, and you can get up to about 30-40 miles an hour. But you're just riding on rocky roads, and we went to a waterfall and a cool overlook of some of the Alaskan islands. And it was awesome, man. It was fun. Wear helmets, and you wear some rain suits if you don't want to get muddy, because and so we were fishtailing, and so this Latino family from Texas, again, not being racist, but they are, because they are
I don't think it's racist to say they're from Texas.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, well, they are the majority in Texas now. That's a
Is that for
fact.
Sure? That's real. That's science.
I think so. It's definitely.
If it's not, let's say it.
Yeah, it's definitely South Texas. They're the majority. But
okay.
So he thought he would be cool with his GoPro and his selfie stick to
he wouldn't though.
To drive really fast and try and do some fishtails or peel outs. Well, dude, overcorrect. And mind you, we've gone on some places where, like, on the right, 4 feet of woods, and then it's straight down to hundreds of feet of death. So this dude's like fishtailing on a road like this. Well, he swerves right, corrects it, but overcorrects it, and turns it sideways and goes to the left, thank goodness, and just goes into the jungle and hits a tree. And we cannot get this cart out. It's totally stuck about 20 feet into the woods of Alaska.
Thanks a lot, Latino man.
Yeah, appreciate it. So he just jumps in with the guide who's in the back, and we just finish out. We go put our carts up, put our stuff, and so, like, nobody is addressing the fact that they've got a cart stuck in the woods. I guess it happens all the time, but dude, I thought he was dead for real, because when he went to the right, like, I'm telling you, it was like 4 or 5 feet of woods, and then it was straight down cliffs, and so I thought he was dead, man. It was pretty. I was actually pretty scared for him, but he got it all on camera, so that'll be a good video. You might see that one on YouTube.
That sounds good. Oh, hey, did you? Okay, here's something that I want to talk about. Did you? All right, so you know about the new UFC uniform thing with Reebok?
I don't.
Okay, so the UFC is let's say you fought for the UFC 6 months ago.
Okay.
You'd have been able to get your own sponsors, and they could pay you as much as they wanted to wear their brand or to wear their logo on your clothes, right? So
Right.
let's say you were sponsored by Magic Cloth, and Magic Cloth wanted to pay you $3,000 for your fight, just to put their logo on your shorts or your banner. You know how they hang the banner over the cage, and then Rockstar Energy Drink's going to pay you $8,000 to drink a Rockstar after the fight, and then Beat is going to pay you, like everybody's going to pay you a little bit to wear their stuff or to whatever, right?
Right.
And
Right.
so, most fighters, especially like lower tier to middle tier fighters, that's where their money is made. Okay. Well, the UFC cut a deal with Reebok to be the official uniform sponsor. And now all like separate sponsorships are out. You're only sponsored by Reebok.
I did read something about this.
You're only sponsored by Reebok. This includes you, your corner, and your cut man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and I did see an article.
So no more sponsors. They just pay you per fight. And so you might make like 8,000 or you might make 30,000 depending on how many fights you've got in the UFC.
Right.
Okay. So the more fights you have, the more you make from the Reebok deal, but it's still nothing compared to what you were if you're a high level fighter.
Right.
Or if you're a cut man like Stitch, you know who Stitch is?
I do.
All right. So Stitch spoke out. A bunch of people spoke out about it. Stitch spoke out about it on Twitter. He's like, hey, this is not cool. Now I can't make any money. I might have to start looking into different places. So guess what? The UFC straight fired him. Like, oh, you're going to look into some other places? You don't like the deal? Peace. And he's out. Dude, that is the shadiest thing ever. Maybe not ever, but it's shady.
That is pretty shady.
So unless there was some other stuff going on that we don't know about, that's not cool. But a bunch of fighters are very, very unhappy with it.
Yeah, I saw a lot of who are some ones that were making waves.
Brendan Schaub.
Schaub was mad.
Tim Kennedy was like, nah, I'll just go to Bellator. And that's gonna happen. They're paving the way for people to leave their organization.
Well, they've got 7,500 people fighting. It's hard to tell who's who.
They're trying to monopolize, to corner them. Okay, cool. Don't do this then.
Yeah,
Here's the thing that makes me really the most mad about it is none of the fighters or cut men or corner men can have sponsors, but the UFC octagon looks like a NASCAR. It's just littered with logos. They got all these, and PS, they look the uniforms that Reebok gave them look terrible. They're the worst. They're horrible looking.
Well, I hate Reebok anyways, but that's neither here nor there.
It's neither. Neither or neither.
The only thing good that Reebok had were the pumps.
And let's be honest, those weren't very good. But they were cool.
They were cool.
But the Reebok pumps, Guess jeans.
I had the black and the white pumps.
Yeah, well, we in Lawrence County, nobody had pumps. What we had were flip flops
and British Knights.
And we had Kmart Bobos.
The Bobos? I never heard of Bobos.
Yeah, they're like buddies. That's what you call shoes from Kmart or Walmart. Like, that dude's wearing buddies.
Wearing buddies.
He's wearing Bobos.
I didn't know. That's why Molten's on the top 10.
Them shoes is buddies. That's my favorite term. My wife calls them Bobos. Bobo can really describe any kind of clothing.
Yeah.
that shirt's pretty bobo. Or it could also describe an action of a person. Like your behavior right now is rather bobo, but buddies is pretty much limited to shoes. Or you could say that's kind of a buddy shirt right there.
I don't know that I've ever said that, but
no, you haven't, but you could say that. I think you should say it right now.
Hey man, that shirt's a little buddy. Wait, that shirt's buddy.
Your shirt's buddy.
Your shirt is buddy.
And another thing is call. You like that? Inside jokes on a podcast.
I hope to be a part of one someday.
If you drove a buddy car, that wasn't called a buddy. That was a hoopty. You drive a hoopty.
So, all right. All I know is my buddy was a toy that came out.
My buddy.
And me.
Wherever I go, he goes. My buddy.
My buddy and me.
Stop making the noise. All right, I gotta go. I don't want to talk about nothing else. I'm done with you.
But
this podcast is pretty buddy.
This was one of my favorites.
Oh, I mean in general.
Oh yeah.
I mean, generally speaking, our podcast is buddy. And I think I love it. Listen, it's good to see your glorious face, man.
Yeah, it's good to be back, man.
I had a bad day, and so I'm happy to see your pretty little smile.
Well,
your blessed beard.
I hope the outcome of the day is pleasant. I hope.
On my screen. Got it. All right.
Yeah. I hope you're allowed to do what you're allowed to do.
Well, I don't know at this point. So I don't care, to tell you the truth.
I know.
It's going to happen eventually.
It's inevitable.
That's exactly the word I used.
It's like Y2K. It's inevitable.
That's going to happen. We're going to have Y2K.
Guys, trust us. Listen, look at our faces. Look. We are almost the same person. Look at our bald heads, our beards, and this eyebrow right here. We're almost the same.
I got a black eye right there. A little. Just
Trust when we say Y2K is going to happen.
Yep. Mark it on your calendar. Y2K, April 11th, 2004. It's coming.
It's coming. Man, be prepared. Listen. All right. Be prepared. We are done for the night. Remember Magic Cloth?
Yep. A big shout out to our sponsor, Magic Cloth. Again, you ever spilled anything?
Yes.
Have you ever felt the need to pick up a hot thing?
Yes.
Have you ever wanted to dust your television?
Yes, and yes.
Then Magic Cloth is the cloth for you. MagicCloth.com.
Boom. Hashtag
Magic Cloth. Tell us how do you use Magic Cloth? Tell us on Twitter, Magic Cloth.
All right. Good stuff, my friend. Hey, it's good to see you. You and your Magnum PI looking mustache.
Hold on now. Don't listen.
That's one of the top tier mustaches.
Yeah, but okay, I'll just take it and run with it.
Take it, man. That's a compliment.
Hold on, my beard.
Whose mustache would you want other than Magnum PI?
Yeah, that's a pretty good point. Thanks.
Yeah, man. I'm here for you. I'm here for you.
You brightened my lip. My upper lip.
You brighten my upper lip. That's what you do for me.
All right.
All right, brother.
Shut that dirty mouth. I'm out.
All right. People.
See ya.
See you next week. Ron Burgundy, stay classy.